What's going on? It's once again here, Stephen Blanchard, and here today. And as usual on this channel, we talk about credit cards, credit card reward points. We talk about travel hacking, business credit, and so on and so forth, right? Anything that's dealing with credit, and that's my expertise and my background. So today, what we're going to talk about, obviously, you probably see it on the screen. We're going to talk about another major credit card that a lot of my clients come to me for, that we're able to get them high limits on. And that particular card today is going to be the US Bank Triple Cash Rewards Visa Business Card. If you're ready to tune into and what it can do for you and your business, all right, let's jump in. So with this particular card, and I'll talk to you guys directly first before I jump into it. This is another one that's a heavy hitter, just like the Business Platinum card. This particular card doesn't have 0% offer for 18 months. It's actually 0% for 15 months. And we'll talk about that. But this is for anybody who's watching that is interested in another great 0% business card for their business that has an intro period that's longer than 12 months, right? So US Bank is notorious for having these, as well as Elan Banks, because they're underwritten kind of by the same company. But this is one that I recommend that I do get for my clients. And with this card, the difference between this one and like the US Bank Business Platinum is this one actually has rewards that come with it from the purchases that you do make in certain categories. And then a different percentage for every other category, right? And we'll get into that. But let's talk about it. All right, let's just jump right in. So obviously, as you guys know, you come right to usbank.com and you go right over to business and then business credit cards, and you look for the US Bank Triple Cash Rewards Visa Business Card. And with this card, let's talk about the first thing that happens that's not available on the Business Platinum card, is you can actually earn $500 cash back to you just for using the card the way you were going to intend to use it anyway. So if we look at it, I'm actually scroll down and show you guys what the stipulation is. The stipulation to get the $500 cash back is actually right here. So new credit card enrollment bonus offer valid only for a US Bank Triple Cash Rewards Visa Business Card. A one-time $500 cash back will be awarded if eligible net purchases total $4,500 or more are made to the account owner's card within 150 days of account opening. So this can't be an employee card. This has to be the account owner's card, and as well as it has to be within 150 days from account opening. So you can't sleep on this one. Now, if you run a large business where you know you're making major purchases and whatnot, then obviously hitting the 4,500 sign-up bonus is not going to be hard at all. So walk in the park. But that's just the extra $500 that comes back to you that's not available on the Visa Platinum that we talked about recently. So also the color of the card is blue. Nice card. It's not one of the metal cards. It's a regular, plastic card. Nothing fancy. US Bank tends to not do a lot of fancy stuff with their cards. And I'm not sure if it's Visa Signature or what brand of Visa it is. Not 100% sure. I personally don't have this card. I do have the Platinum. But if you can see, one of the biggest reasons why people come to get this card is the 3% cash back on eligible purchases for gas and EV charging stations. So if you own a Tesla, you own an EV Mercedes or EV Ford, or even just for your regular putting gas in the card, you get 3% cash back. Okay. Office supply stores, cell phone service providers, and restaurants as well. So that's their primary focus for this card in order for you to get their eligible rewards or eligible 3% cash back. So just know you get a discount every time you put gas in your car. You go eat at restaurants, you get things from beauty supply stores, from regular office supply stores, and also your cell phone service. You want to make sure you pay your bill with this card. Another thing that is great about this card is you actually get 1% cash back on all other eligible purchases, right? Now, what that means is it's typically going to be all your other purchases, okay? There's no expiration or limit of the total rewards you can earn. So this doesn't stop after a certain time. You're always going to get that 1% cash back that a lot of cards don't offer. Or they may go up to 50K and then you get nothing after that. This card is 1% cash back on all purchases. This is why this card is important, okay? And then you also get a $100 credit for recurring software subscription expenses such as FreshBooks or QuickBooks. Because we are business owners, and a lot of times we do invest into these softwares that help our businesses, right, or scale our businesses, and a lot of them do have monthly recurring charges because that's the model that they like. You get a $100 credit towards those subscription services, as you can see. And what I do like about this website, it does a comparison between US Bank, Bank of America, and Chase business credit cards. So the comparison that it did, and this is as of, I think, July of 2023, and right now we're in 2024. So it's comparing against the Business Advantage Customized Cash Rewards MasterCard, and then my favorite, the Chase Ink Business Unlimited credit card. And I will say this, I personally like the Chase card better than the US Bank card, but every company and every bank serves its purpose for independent, for individual business owners, depending on what your business does and how you manage your spending with your business, right? So this card, 3% cash back on select categories, is available with this Triple Cash Rewards card, as well as the Bank of America card, but not available on the Chase card. See, what they don't tell you is they don't tell you what the percentage is on Chase. With the Chase Ink Unlimited, you actually get 1% cash back on all purchases or points. And then cash back rewards on all eligible purchases. Obviously, you can see it's actually right here. Sorry. The $100 annual statement credit for software service purchases is not available on the Bank of America card, which has their own perks and rewards, and is not available on the Chase Ink card, which has their own perks and rewards as well. The standard APR, which is the interest rate or annual percentage rate, is prime rate plus 10.74% to prime rate plus 19.74. The reason why this is important is because this is telling you that after your intro period is done, so that 0% for 15 months is completed, and you still hold on to that card without closing it, and you're still using purchases on it, just know that that interest rate could be, could be 10 to 20 to 25%. It can go up depending on your credit worthiness. And that's one of the huge things here that people don't understand, because interest rates typically are based on your credit profile at the time when you applied for the card. So let's say you applied for the card today and you're at a 720 and you got approved for 3K, 9K, 10K, whatever. But let's just say that after the 15 months, your credit score is a 840. The APR is going to be based on that initial application. So that's important to know. So that's why when you apply for these cards, make sure your credit score is high, utilization is low, and inquiries are low, and so on and so forth. And then your introductory balance transfer rate. You do have a balance transfer on the card, and it says not available here, but we all know every bank is going to put what's best for them, and that's why they're doing the comparison to show that this card is better. But in reality, Bank of America cards are good, and Chase cards are good as well. And the good thing about it is, just like it shows for the other cards, there's no annual fee. So this is not a card where you have like the American Express and some Chase cards and some other charge cards and some other companies where you do have an annual fee. So this card is free, meaning that you have no interest for 15 months and then there's no annual fee. So it's essentially the same as cash, as long as you make your minimum monthly payment and you don't do anything necessary. You don't do anything that's going to get your account closed down, like manufacturer spending. Okay. So just be real careful with things when it comes to using these cards, because these banks are betting on the fact that you might miss a monthly payment and then all that interest kicks back in. So that's another thing that I talk about in all my videos. When it comes to us focusing on the business credit cards, especially at 0%, one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is if you miss a minimum payment, then your interest kicks in, and it's not something that typically you can go back and still continue that sign up interest rate. Okay. Now that 10, 15, 20% is now kicking in on all your purchases and you're screwed. Okay. So let's make sure we're making our minimum monthly payment, or at least pay it back in full. And this right here is a little small calculated rewards calculator that shows you how fast your cash back adds up. And so you can do like your estimated monthly spending below. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. So on this one, 3% cash back on gas and EV charging station supplies, like we already talked about. So let's just see our monthly spend. Let's just say our monthly spend is $1,500. Okay. At $1,500, your potential cash back earning, yearly cash back will be $786. And then the annual software credit will be $100. And then of course you get the $500 bonus just for spending the $4,500. So in the first year, you could net, or you can cash back $1,300 if your monthly spend was $1,500 on that card. Okay. And this doesn't even talk about, and this might even calculate this in here as well. Let's see. Yep, it does calculate that. So 1% on other purchases. Let's say you spent $2,800 on monthly purchases, and then you can, as the more you spend on the card, the more you can actually get back in cash back. Now, A lot of people that get these type of cards, you can run ads with this card because you're getting the 1%. There's other cards that are better than that one, but you want to maximize the independent cashback offers within like the charging station, office supply store, and cell phone. So it's not applicable on running ads per se. And I think I just said use this to run ads because you'll get the 1% back. But if you're running paid ads, you won't get 3% back. So you got to focus on the categories, as we call them, that's going to give you that 3% back. All right. A couple other things, prepaid travel, earn 5% cash back on prepaid hotels and car rentals booked directly in the Travel Rewards Center. So just like Chase has their own rewards portal, American Express has their own rewards portal, US Bank has their own rewards portal as well. Now, I would personally say, because I like the travel hack, that their rewards portal with US Bank is not as good as American Express or Chase or even Citi or Capital One, but it's fairly decent. Okay, it's fairly decent. Nothing that I would brag about, and I might even do a video on it, not sure. But also the benefit of this this card is the low APR, the 0% intro period for 15 billing cycles, right? And then also the card does not have annual fee. It does give you the pay over time feature with Extend Pay. And then once again, like always, you can track your business expenses online and your business spending through US Bank's professional looking online tool that provides instant access to reporting, so you know exactly where your money's going, right? Especially spending on these cards. So just a couple of FAQs for applying for this card. If you go to the website, it kind of tells you exactly what's needed. But this is available for sole proprietorships. It's available for corporations, available for partnerships, etc. You have to have that established. Make sure your EIN is, make sure you have your EIN, and make sure your business is active before you apply. Legal business name, the year the business started, all your typical information that if you're even inquiring about this card, that you should have available, especially if you already have an existing business. Make sure you have a legit business before you just start applying for credit cards, right? And then also you can get employee cards. I don't think there's a fee for employee cards here. You may be given the option on your application to request cards, for additional employees by providing the following, and they're going to ask for the employee's name, date of birth, social, and anticipated monthly spend on that card. That way your employees have access if they need to go run errands or, pay for expenses and so on and so forth. Okay. Is there a limit on the total amount of cash back I can earn? That's a great question, because I thought I covered that in the beginning of the video. There is no limit on the total amount of cash back card members can earn. So that 1% or that 3% is unlimited as long as you're in those categories for 3%. And of course, the 1% is for every other category. Do they ever expire? Does the cash back expire? Nope. But you will lose all cash back earned if your account is closed for any reason. That's another thing I spoke about already, is manufacturer spending. So I mean, it could be anything. It could be, you paid with an account and the payment bounced or whatever. US Bank is notorious. They can close your account for any reason, and then you would lose the money that you accumulated in cash back. So I do recommend, as you're building up cash back, at least take it and spend it for whatever reason. Don't just let it sit because you don't want your account to get shut down and you lose that. And there's a couple other FAQs here. Just kind of got to go through it. Like I said, really, really good card because it is 0% for 15 months. And if you want to apply, you can apply literally right here from the website. So what I would ask you guys to do, because I am new to this YouTube, by the time you're watching this video, I'm very new to YouTube. So I just wanted to provide you guys a little bit about my background. I've been in the credit space for a little over 5 or 6 years now. Used to run a credit repair company. Now I run a done for you funding company where we focus on 0% business credit cards, lines of credit, and loans. We have other services as well. So if you find yourself in a position to where you're like, you know what, I want to apply for this card, but I'm not 100% sure. Steven, can you help me? Absolutely. Now, what we do is we do a done for you solution where we do apply for you, and we have relationship managers within these different banks where we do help get the high limit credit card. So what I would just ask you guys to do, you don't have to share, you don't have to comment if you don't want to. I'm trying to build my channel up. So if you can literally just hit the subscribe button, and that way, anytime I release a new video, and I'm trying to do these videos daily, anytime I release a new video, you get notified, as well as I want you guys to be entertained or be educated on a lot of these different cards that we inquire about or we desire to have, but we don't know the intricacies of them, right? So if you could do me a favor, just click this subscribe button, wherever side that button is on right now. And if you feel like you want to comment, or if this video was good for you, please drop a comment below and I'll definitely respond back to you in a timely manner, hopefully within the first couple hours, couple minutes, because I want to grow this channel into something that could be amazing for business owners around the world, as well as individuals who are inquiring about eventually starting a business. So with that being said, I just want to appreciate you guys for tuning in. Look forward to the next video coming soon. Chat soon. Peace.